Jerry. Hurry. It's starting. It's starting. Oh, there we are. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Stay Fishy Friday. It's been a great week so far. I hope you all had a good week. It's been good for us. I mean, it's been hectic. It's been full of work and all kinds of stuff, but there's a couple things that's happened that is just getting better. So you all saw Josh's update today. That was incredible. I watched it. It was great. He did a good job. And he definitely seems like he's moving around a lot more. Before he was like all stiff and he'd move a little bit and he'd hurting in this. Now he's sort of like moving, holding the baby, doing, he just seems like a lot more like Josh, So that's really good. And, you should see a little Laura. She's just a little tornado. Oh my goodness. She's such a sweetheart. And now without that cat's dragging her down, and she weighs nothing, so it's easy for her to walk on her leg, So yeah, she's doing really good. And I was just happy to see that today. That was usually I watch Josh's things and I get a little bored here and I fast forward and whatever. He's talking about things I already know about. Man, I watched his whole video today and just, I was interested. He had me interested in his daughter's fish tank and all that stuff, Plus, the next thing that made me extremely happy is I jumped on the scale today. 294.6. That means I lost 44.4 pounds. I'm back, going low again. I was stuck for a week at 298. And, I was one. And, here's something that was weird. All week long, I don't know. I thought maybe the elastic was going out in my shorts. I'm pulling up my shorts constantly. And, I was like, maybe that pair of shorts. And then the next pair, because every day I get a different pair of shorts. And today, my shorts I just put on, I put them on by my bed and I walked to the bathroom. I had to pull them up again. I'm like, what the hell's going on? This is before I got on the scale. And, then for the last week I've been talking and my teeth have been falling down. And they usually don't do that. So I'm talking to somebody and it falls down and I put it back on. And what was it?
You got the darker side of weight loss. You got to watch Rich walk around pulling his shorts up all the time.
And talking to you with his top teeth falling down. So, today was the first day I used Fix-A-Det on my top teeth. They haven't fallen down once. It's good. So I jump on the scale and I see that and I'm like, no. And I jump back off and I get back on and same thing again. I'm like, dang. So I'm happy as can be for that. I'm happy for Josh. And then also with Tracy, but I'll wait for the Tracy update for that. And the fact that I haven't drank since, what was it, last Saturday?
I don't know.
Usually I drink, 1 or 2 a day to, keep the pain away a little bit and I can get work done. I've been going at it without it. So, yeah, it's a different life now I've lived this last week. You guys all saying about your names being changed. People don't know who's who. I don't know who Bathing Diamonds is. That's new to me. Oh, there's a whole bunch of new names. People that are mods that are just, their names are changed.
Somebody just mentioned make sure that you got.
I've got the live chat on. But like
on that laptop.
Yeah, look up top right there. It says live chat.
Okay.
But like all these, I don't know who half of these mods are now. Their names are different. Or somebody let in a whole bunch of new mods and I just don't know their names yet. Bathing Diamond says she's usually, that's Ashley. How did the names all get changed?
You got all of their YouTube handles on here.
No, it's their real names, not their YouTube handles. So listen, guys, for the next half hour, the first thing you type out when you type a question is the name you used to be so that we can get used to it, okay? Nandy Davies says, Rich, you look better than last week. Hope your river is better than it was. Your RIV. I don't know what that means, but appreciate it. John Gotti says, where's Reaper? I called him right before the show and he didn't answer my calls. Can you imagine that? Reaper not answering my calls? Lorenz Cortot says, Lorenz, we know your name hasn't changed. Oh, well, Will Star 7. We know that one. That's Will Star. What's up, buddy? How you been? You ain't been around in like 8 months. What the hell? Stop by and see your brother. Yeah, Harley Gem, and then with numbers. That's the same. You ain't got to put your name out there. Appreciate it. But if your name's changed tremendously, put your name on there first so we get to know it. Dominic says you know me. Oh, whoops on here. Okay, AJ
I told you.
Nabalatka is Raheem.
I told you that was Raheem.
Okay. Well, it makes sense. You know, I'm like, who the hell is this? Someone let another mod on? I didn't know who it was. All right, guys. Everybody sign off, change your name back, and then sign back on. What's the drinking word today?
No,
Let's go with Tracy. Tracy, because we're going to have a pretty good Tracy update.
Okay.
Joanna Nellis says your name is the same. Joanna Nellis with some numbers after. You ain't got to put your name, but thank you. It's a beautiful sunny morning here in Australia. See, we don't like these new names. Even Will Star says, hey, AJ and Bill Lotka. Hey, Raheem. Why'd they change our names? I don't like that.
What's the A at the beginning? That little, doesn't that mean at?
That's, you put the @ sign over anybody's name and it puts a message to them.
Okay,
Normally.
well, all of them got A's in front of their name.
That's okay. They do. I don't know why they changed their names.
I'm just kind of figuring what's. See, mine's even got A. Mine's even
YouTube
got
is definitely doing us dirty.
and the numbers afterwards.
So anyways, you know, we carried all the plants in. I fell and broke a rib. And, you know, it was hard getting past that. I got to the point where I could breathe in without knocking the wind out of me. I could laugh without knocking the wind out of me. So, you know, it was starting to get better. And then I fell over the bar going into the pool. It was covered with plants. And I saw the plants coming out, but I didn't know the bar went straight down and the plant leaves were covering it. And I come to go around the corner between the hot tub and it hooked me and I landed on them rocks over there. And man, it hurt so bad. I was laying on the ground yelling ow for about, I'd say a good 7 minutes. Finally, I got to where I could turn over and I could breathe because the wind was knocked out of me. But man, everything went back to being so sore again for the last 2 days. I was just, I didn't even drink. I didn't want to, nothing. I couldn't. I was just in pain and moving. And it was okay once I was up and going. But once I hit the bed and I laid down, my rib hurt. It was knocking the wind out of me. Finally, after about 30 seconds, it would calm down. Okay, now I can lay here. All right. And I lay on the bed. And then, you know, I fall asleep and I roll over. I'm like, wake up. It moved my rib, you know, from expanding or being squished on the bed. And then you move and your ribs move. Oh, my God. It was horrible the last couple of weeks. Sean says you need to wrap yourself up in bubble wrap. So the last couple of days have been miserable. And you know, it's getting back to the point where I was healed before, to where I can breathe in. It's only a little bit of pain. It don't knock the wind out of me again. It used to. I'd breathe in and be like, you know, it's not that bad no more. So Doopy says the drinking word is ribs. We can do that.
Back to last week.
Now let's change it. It's ribs. Ribs. Lauren says you don't drink ribs, you eat them. By the dozens. So, I don't know. We don't know. None of us have figured it out. We're just trying to figure out who everybody is. You know, like AJ Nabalatka is Raheem.
It's almost like it's got a hook up to Facebook. One of those are Facebook names.
All right. Henzu. I used to know everybody's name. Henzu. Maneki. How's the pond going? It's going great. The front one's doing great. It's starting to get covered in leaves, and I have to keep, raking them out every day or netting them out every day so it don't build up. But the back one is doing way, way good compared to last year because that tree's cut down. We don't have hardly no leaves in that thing. The front pond, I went out today and it was covered. I couldn't even see water. It was all leaves. And I got the net out and pulled them out. We just get to re-meet everyone again. Hi, everybody. I'm Ashley, aka the usually super late chick. But we know you, Ashley. Wow. So yeah, it's been a real eventful week. I got you guys know my motorcycle, my Harley. It had a chrome air cleaner that came out and pointed forward, and then it was this big black air cleaner on it. Well, I looked at the one I wanted, which is chrome, and it goes to a spike, all pointy chrome spike, and has slots in it all the way around with a red K&N filter inside. That would fit my bike perfect. They're like $180. So I found one used on eBay for $68 and free shipping. So I bought that. I get it here, and you can swivel it and turn it, and there was a couple little scratches on it. So I turned it to where I thought there was nothing, and that's all you see is the top, and the scratches are behind under it, and they're light scratches. So Mark came over today, and I'm like, Mark, I got to show you something. Here's the upgrades I've done to the bike. I showed him this, I showed him that, I put the chrome on here, I did this. Here's the new air cleaner. That SOB goes, well, why is it all scratched up here? I'm like, seriously, you see scratches? And he's like, yeah, right here. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, leave it to you, Mark. I mean, the bike looks amazing with it, and then I'm like, I don't even feel a scratch. I don't see a scratch. He stands up and Reaper's laughing at me. He goes, yeah, I told him to say that. Like, you SOB, because they were here this morning. Who's the guy sitting next to me? Well, that's Beefcake Bob.
What?
It's Jerry, Reaper's dad. Ask me silly questions. Oh my goodness. No politics. Nobody started no politics.
I didn't see any politics yet, but I haven't been really watching close.
Bob Pierce was a Hauser, two of you? I don't know. Bernie says it's lame. Bearded Dragon, Jerry?
No. Dogfish, Jerry.
Camel's Bike says, I like Beefcake Bob. That's hilarious. Ow, 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 ow. Oh, don't make me laugh hard. I can laugh a little. Listen here, Beefcake Bob. Shit. I deserve that. I deserve that. I deserve that. Ow. Ow. Oh, shit. What's up, Jerry? What's in your wooden box? I always see your wooden box in front of you on the back deck. What's in your wooden box?
This.
He uses it to
I put this
amplify.
in my box and it makes an echo and I hear better.
Yeah. And he's got his bag of papers and his bowl and a lighter. And
That's the other box that's not setting up on the table.
okay. Toompi says ribs. That's a good question. I like that. That people are paying attention.
To what?
To Beefcake Bob. Holy shit. I'm sorry, Jerry. Don't sound like that's going away anytime soon.
I'm liable to keep it up just because of the pain it's causing.
Oh, shit. Oh, you sadistic son of a bitch.
You got it. You get what you put out, bro. I would choose not to answer to it, but hey, as long as it's going to stab you like that, I'm going for
All
it.
right, Mississippi hippie Sherry says, Sherry with the super long hair from Aquashella Halloween. Okay, how long is your hair? Measure from your part to the bottom of your hair without pulling it straight, without being wet. Just brush it, throw it behind you, measure from your part right here all the way down, have somebody else measure it, and see where it ends up. You know, how many inches is that? Let me know. Because they wouldn't let me wet my hair. They wouldn't let me pull it or have somebody pull it straight. Because my hair is curly in the back, you know? And they wouldn't let me pull it straight. So, you know, I got my measurement with completely natural where it lays after you brush it. It's probably 3 inches longer if they would let me pull it straight, which I think they should have pulled everybody straight. Because then you got people with straight hair having an advantage over people with curly hair. So everybody should have been pulled straight to the last strand of hair is there and measure it from there up, you know?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
But they did it the way they did it. It's fine. Rich, do you like Bofa? We'll start. What the hell is Bofa?
I'm afraid he might answer you.
I'm afraid I'll be scared of the answer.
Somebody's lurking.
Oh, they asked what's the blue juice with the orange cup, the cap.
Oh, it's just Gatorade.
We got an alligator gar being dropped off tomorrow.
I know.
Oh, he just sent me the message. Why is he messaging me if you already know? Camel's Bike says, put Jerry's face on his shirt and Beefcake Bob. I would so buy that. Tell you what, I'll put his face on a bodybuilder's chest.
Herman Hill says, rib.
There you go. Here's ribs. Sherry, she says, it's down to my butt crack. So is mine. We need an actual measurement without pulling it. You know, get somebody to help you measure it. Tyler Carey, that must be our buddy Tyler. I don't know. Tyler Kerr says, I can only imagine how much you spend on hair stuff for showering. I'm pretty much no hair on top and a 3-inch beard, and I spend a lot myself. Tell you what, I don't spend jack shit. Here's what I buy. I think it's Suave. It's 99 cents a bottle, and I get the strawberries and cream, or I get the melon. I don't like that red plant with all the little things in it. I forget what it's called, but I don't like that smell of that stuff. So I buy that. That's $1 a bottle. So once a month, I buy like 4 bottles, and I use that for body wash and hair shampoo. And then the only thing I spend a little bit of money on is my conditioner. I buy what's the name of it? It's $8 a bottle. It's a big, thick bottle. Lasts me all month. Remember, I used to tell everybody my hair smells like something, and it was the name of that conditioner. Damn, I can't pull that up. But it's only $8 a month. I use it. It's got a pump on top. I get 4 pumps, and then I put that together. I wipe one hand, and I got this. I put it on the back of my hair. I put my hands together again, and then I put it under my hair in the back. And then, what's left in my hands, I put it on both, and I take both my hair and pull it down. And then I put a little bit of water on there and lather it up and let that sit in there. I forget the name of it. It'll pop into me sometime this show. It'll just pop in my head. So I'll tell you what it was. But that's all I spend. $9, $4 for the 4 bottles of the Suave, and then, $8 for the conditioner. So we're talking $12 a month, and I use that for everything else. body wash. I don't have feet wash. I don't have special things for your armpits and special things for your crotch. I just use Pantene. Thank you. That's it. That's oh shit. That's what I use. My Pantene, and my hair always smells like Pantene. Everybody, you know, I walk by and they're like, "That smells good. What is it?" It's Pantene.
I won't keep it up. So.
Oh, Jerry.
Oh, Brittany Ziblis.
Hi, Brittany.
So if you go to your channel settings, you can change your handle name so long as the name isn't taken.
Oh, nice. Brittany coming in clutch with the info. Look at her go. Thank you, Brittany. You're the sweetheart. I wish you guys lived closer where we can have competing like barbecues or you know, dinner nights. You know, we'll come to your house, you come to our house, you know, and it would be so cool. Because the two of you, I don't think I've ever met anybody that we get along with so well. You know, you two are both hilarious, and you're such a good girl, and you know, your man's, I mean, effing hilarious. His imitation of Hoover, had us rolling that night. Oh my God, that was such a fun night. I miss you guys. Oh, you know what? It's getting closer to the time. Marissa and Sue Ann are coming over.
They
Isn't
said
that like the
they were
7th?
talking about it last week.
That was the 7th of next month, and it's already the
Yeah,
17th today. So 3 weeks.
That's between them.
Pomegranate. That's the stuff. I can't stand the smell of suave pomegranate. It just makes ugh, it just I don't know. You know, I've smelled it before and it was okay, but suave pomegranate, it's just like makes me want to hurl. Ugh. Yeah, everybody's starting to answer Pantene. Y'all know what I use more than I know what I use. Oh yeah, I did have some stuff once that smelled like coconut, and I absolutely loved it. It reminded me of being in Florida with all these people putting on, you know, like banana boat, you know, suntan lotion, all that. It's that coconutty smell. I had my hair smelling like that, and I'd get, you know, whiffs of it myself. I'd turn my head and I'm like, oh, I love that smell, you know. It just reminds me of good days in Florida, hot sunny weather, beaches, you know, a lot of women in bikinis, you know. Oh my God, I love that smell. Bill Lynch, I've used mane and tail before, and it didn't really do much different for me, and I didn't really like the smell. It was okay, but I went back to my Pantene. Oh, okay. Mississippi Hippie Sherry says, I think you missed my response. It's 33 inches as far as I can measure by myself. No one else here. Aw, sorry. And then one other thing I'm sorry for. Mine's 39 and a half without pulling it straight. So, you know, I got to the point where before I was in that fire, I could reach between my legs and grab the hair in the back, you know, hanging down and pull my own hair in front, you know, just by reaching between my legs. And now it's like 8 inches shorter. It gets stuck in my butt crack in the shower all the time. But you
More
know,
than we needed to know.
well, you know, you're sitting there, you're getting your hair all wet, and all of a sudden you turn around and you start washing other things, and next thing you know, you're like, oh shit.
I got a buddy here, Hens Moonnick, whatever, donated this much money. You want to go back to it? You jumped over it.
I did. Okay.
But right after, he didn't say anything. He just donated
Hello?
some money, and then he says,
Hello.
What is it? Somebody said,
This guy,
"Thank you."
Henzi
He says,
Muneki.
oh crap, I forgot to write something.
Sales pitch.
So he made a super chat, and then he
All
forgot
right.
to
Thank
write
you for the
anything.
249. It's fine. We'll get to
Yeah.
it.
But then he takes up, he's that's good.
Roosevelt says, I'm dressed as Mr. Roger for Halloween. Reaper's going to be the Reaper.
That's scary.
Yeah. Jerry's dressing up as a little girl in a diaper. No? Reaper's dressing up as the Reaper for sure. He has his costume he uses every year. Oh yeah, she says she's much shorter than you, so it looks just as long. Comparatively, we both got hair down to our ass. I'm just a lot taller, so it's a little longer. You are correct. Thank you. Will Star, Jerry's not going to do that. For one, he won't even follow your instructions. Two, he's not going to go through and do the actions and motions and then tell me anything. So I'm going to have to look it up myself. Unless you want to just tell me. What the hell? You know what? Here's a Will Star. Aggravating me from 8 months. Never been here. Bofa. Go. Will Star, I'm going to ban you from this channel. Where did that come from? Why? What have I done to you? I've invited you over. What the hell? Oh, I saw that. Will Star, I saw that little thing. I've tried telling Jerry, just go on your phone, hit this, go to settings, go to this. He's like, yeah, I'll do it later. He's not interested in going on his phone and doing anything. If it works, it works. If it don't, screw it, he says.
If it don't work, blame it on Rich's Wi-Fi.
Raheem says, Rich, what's your costume this Halloween? Well, Halloween's in 2 weeks. I should be healed up by then. 3 different things. I can dress up as a werewolf. I can dress up as a Wookiee. I can dress up as what's the other hairy thing I had?
A hairy muff.
What the hell's wrong with you, son? But here's the point. I've got a list of people that have wronged me. And I can show up at their house, whoop their damn ass, and run off. I don't know. It was a damn Wookiee from Star Wars. It whooped my ass, and he ran off laughing. So I haven't actually gone through with it, but I've talked about it every damn Halloween. Everybody's yelling Sasquatch, Bigfoot, Wookiee. And that was the other thing, Bigfoot.
No, sorry, Bigfoot.
Lisa's been here and done that. Says, hey, first time chatting here. Well, the drinking word is ribs. Get yourself some alcohol. Get yourself some weed, whatever it is you like. And every time somebody says ribs, you must partake. Lauren says, go as Little Red Riding Hood. I thought about dressing up like a big baby in a diaper and then whooping some people's ass. You know? Put the baby, whole head on and put a diaper on and then whoop some people's ass. And they're like, I don't know, a big baby. He's 6 foot tall. Whoop my ass. I love that. Bob Taylor has Ace really passed. Yes, he has. It's sad, but it's like another, I don't know, nail in the coffin of the 80s. The 80s were great. You know what? I haven't. Here's some things. I've been. What is this? Oh, 6:30. It's Tracy update. Let me go to that first. All right. Everybody mark down 6:30 is Tracy's time. Joanna Nell says, Tracy update, please. Right on time, reminding me. I just happened to look down. I've got this thing. Ow, ow, ow. I've got this thing right here that has, it sits here and tells us the time. Oh, I can't get it back on its little stand. Oh, it's right here. Put that around with it. There we go. We can't change the drinking word a second time. It's still ribs. So, all right, this week, and this is what I've been waiting to tell you guys. You know, every week Tracy gets a little bit better. She does something new, you know, this and that. This week, she's done like 3 things new. And okay, here's the thing. Say the nurse is doing her brushing her teeth. Tracy don't like that. You know, Tracy gives her, it turns away a little bit. You know, you can tell she don't like it. Nurse has to hold her head and get her teeth done and, you know, all that. So it was just, she never liked it. She didn't like no one messing with her mouth. You know, so, but now Tracy became so much more aware all week long. She was like, when I talked to her, she's like looking at me like she hears me. I told her about her new grandson and her granddaughter, and you know how I know how much you love kids, and I know how much you just make me go to Walmart and buy the whole, you know, doll aisle for you know Laura, and the new one is JJ, and that's Josh Jr. And she did. Usually she looks at me for a little bit, she'll follow me around, and then she'll go on about her business and look elsewhere, you know, that kind of stuff. She was intently looking at me this whole time that she's, you know, I'm talking about her grandkids. And I'm like, they come over here all the time. And little Laura says, what does she say? She says, hi, Grandma. Hi, Grandma. You going to wake up? And every time, and she rubs her arm or her hand, you know, she does it because she can reach up from the side of the hospital bed. And, you know, when Laura's in the bed with her and stuff like that, she never really acknowledged as much as she did this week when I told her about it. She was intently listening to me, you know. And then I put her, you know, when I change her, I'll put an arm out on each side and she'll just lay it there. And then I can roll her, do whatever, put her diaper on or this and that. But I don't know what that is. But, you know, this time I put her arm out and it laid there for about 10 seconds. She pulled it back in. And now she moved her arm once before that week 3 times, and then we've never seen it since. So this time I put her arm out again. I'm like, Tracy, I need your arm over here. And she pulled it back in right next to her body. 3 times she did this. And I'm like, Tracy, you're fighting me. I'm trying to change you, honey. You know? And I was just like, and she didn't move it slow like last time. She just, you put it here, I want it here. You know? Ornery. So that was another new thing. And then the whole, you know, she turned away from the nurse. When the nurse stuck her toothbrush in her mouth, she went like this. I swear to God, this fast. She'd never moved this fast before. She put toothpaste and she went like this. And Latrice was like, "Oh my God, Tracy, what? Did I hurt you?" And you know, she gets her face, looked back. I just got to brush your teeth. Tracy did it again, just jerked away. You know? Like, leave me alone, you know. And that's what Latrice kept talking about. She did it 3 times, and she is getting to be more aware. She seems to be more conscious of everything going around her, and you know, now it's, you know, she's paying attention to me more. She's moving her legs. Last week I told you guys she started moving her legs more. Like, she'll just move one knee up and then set it back down. She'll move a knee up, set it down. She'll move 2 knees up and then set them down. Like she's exercising, but it came out of nowhere. She never done this before. Then I got a video of it the first time it ever happened, and then it didn't happen again for like, I don't know, 4 months. And then last week she'd done it a couple times. This week, we can't keep this girl covered up. She is just moving everywhere. We are constantly putting the sheets back on, and she is just so much more aware and awake, it seems like to me, you know, to where, you know, okay, Tracy's aware, she watches me, but, you know, her movements are like this. I'll come on this side, and she'll open her eyes and turn towards me, and she'll watch me, and I walk around, she'll turn with me, you know. Now she's like, get away from me. You know, she's moving fast. And her arm, you know, it ain't moving back in. It's moving. You put me there, I want it here. You know, she just, I don't know. Harley Jem says, I love Laura talking to Tracy and interacting. It's the best thing. You know what? I had Laura, I put her on the bed, all right? And I said, Grandma's sick. She's tired, okay? So I put her on the bed next to Tracy. And she laid down next to Tracy, and she reached her little hand up and put it on her face. And said, okay, Grandma, what you need? I'll help you. And I'm like, oh, Laura, you're so sweet. You're stroking Grandma's face. And, you know, Tracy didn't react to nothing at that point. But, you know, just the innocence of the child, you know. I mean, Laura, she's just such a sweetheart, you know. And I can't wait for Tracy to actually be able to communicate a little. and be able to, be happy and I don't know. I would die happy right now as a man if Tracy could just wake up and then she can spend the rest of her time with the grandkids. She deserves that. She needs that. All her life, she wanted a baby girl. I gave her 3 boys, So she was covered in testosterone and dirt bikes and 4-wheelers and remote control cars and AFX tracks. She never got to, live out her little, Barbie doll, dreams and all that. Her thing was she never got an easy bake oven when she was young. I bought her one when she was like, I don't know, 30. And she cried, She didn't, it's useless to use. It's just a light bulb that makes heat, But
Do you have to eat that nasty brownie that they make?
so it's but for her to get that easy bake oven and cook with her granddaughter, oh my God, she would be so happy. I know that she would make me go to Walmart and just buy every doll in the doll aisle, everything in there. And, it would just be, she would just be so happy, And, she loved babies. So all of our friends that had babies, they'd bring them over. And Tracy would, as soon as they showed up, she'd take the baby from them, she'd play with them, she'd go in and get toys out, she'd lay on the carpet, have the baby there, she'd be playing with toys and all kinds of stuff. And, it comes time to change. I got this. She wouldn't let the parents change me. She just loved babies. So she deserves to be here. She deserves to come back. I don't care how mad I was at her at any point in time. I've completely forgiven her for anything in the past. I love that little girl, and she deserves to come back. I feel that to my soul. Tyler says it will all be perfect in time. You're doing an amazing job, Rich, Josh, and the nurses, and you all have all the support from us and Jerry and everyone around you. You're amazing, and so is she. All in good time. Thank you, Tyler. You're an amazing man, even though you don't got long hair. All right, what time is it? Ouch. It's 6:38. Drink 1 is down. I got my second drink right here. All right. Princess Dreamland says, just keep interacting with Tracy, talking to her. It really helps. After my stroke, it was my grandkids and those around me that helped me bounce back. Aw. So, this last 2 weeks, since my rib broken and then rebroken, it's been so hard to move her around, to pull her up on a bed. I've been, Tuesdays and Wednesdays, I do 16-hour shifts and then 16-hour shift on Wednesday. And, doing that. And then last week, the nurse didn't show up. So I had to do that whole 40 hours straight and then the next 8-hour shift of mine. So it was like 48 hours or 54 hours or something like that I had to go straight. I was dying. I mean, I couldn't physically move her. I was hurt. I can't lift this arm up to grab it. I have to grab the milk off the shelf with this hand. And all this stuff was going on. And then I had to still take care of her. And you know what? I just so wanted to go to sleep for like 3 days. Let me alone. I need to heal, But I got through it. And this week, the nurses have showed up, so we're all good. Enzi says, why is there a bed in rescue? What do you mean? Crazy Six says, how'd you break a rib, Big Rich? Me and the community service guy was bringing in the plants from outside because it was going down to 39 degrees that night. All the tropical plants would have died. So we're getting them all in. Now I'm carrying this big plant that I had him put up on the table. I don't have to bend over so I can carry it. I'm strong like a bull, but I just can't bend over and pick up from the ground, So, but anyways, I picked it up. Now I'm grabbing this thing and I have to duck down to get in the doorway and stuff. He had walked in and set his plant down right in the middle of the walkway. So I'm carrying this big old thing. I can't see my feet or nothing. I'm going, and all of a sudden, boom. And I wanted to save the plant. So I put the plant out and tried to hit the ground. And then I hit the thing of rocks. And I broke a rib. The wind was knocked out of me. I was laying on the ground going, for, I don't know, 30 seconds, which seemed like a lifetime. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't nothing. So I get up and no, it wasn't Rich being rich. That guy just walked in and he's like, oh, put it here. Don't put stuff in the middle. I'll put it off the side. We're carrying it, 80 plants from outside. Why would you put it in the middle? It made no sense to me. Tyler, you're okay. You're okay. So, you know, that happened. And then, you know, we still had to get the rest of the plants in. So I'm carrying all the smaller ones with one hand because this right arm, I do anything. It was the upper rib. And I moved anything. I could feel it. And the rib just knocked the wind out of me. So, and there's nothing they can do about a rib. They don't even wrap them no more. You go to the hospital, they send you home. You know. You know, I went on and everything was fine. But then we got all the plants in, and the plants were covering that arm that comes out of the pool where you grab the arm and you walk up the steps. It's a big chrome pole. Well, the new plants were, you know, covering that. And I'm thinking the plant leaves are out here because I know the pots are on the first step in the pool. So I walked through there, my foot just kicked that pole. And this is like 3 or 4 days after I broke my rib, and it was just starting to get to the point where it didn't hurt every time I breathed in. It didn't. I almost forgot it was broken until I would laugh hard or I'd sneeze or cough. Then it was like, oh yeah, the rib's there. Oh, chow, you know. But it was just getting to that point, and then you know I tripped over that chrome thing, and I landed on the rocks that we have up there. Oh my God, I was on the ground for a good 5 minutes just yelling, ow, 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 ow. I mean, the first minute I had the wind knocked out of me and it re-broke the rib and, you know, made everything else sore. I think I pulled a muscle or something because now on my back, on the same side as my rib, it hurts back there. And, you know, I move a certain way and then all of a sudden and it won't let go. It's like a muscle spasm or something, but it's knocking the wind out of me. So, you know, everything's going back to normal. It's just taking time. These last 3 days was horrible. So Tracy's doing a lot better, and you know, our nurse Latrice, she took off for a week last week, and now she's taking off for a week now. Carol showed up today and filled in for her, and then it wasn't Hayden. It wasn't Hayden. It was a new community service guy. But anyways, Carol showed up for it and filled in today, and then we'll have Super Nurse Jackie Saturday and Sunday. And at nighttime, we're going to have Marion tonight and Marion Monday or Sunday night and Monday night. So Latrice will be back Tuesday, and that's our number one nurse that just handles everything. So everything's going good around here. I've got so much done ever since Skylar moved out. When Skylar was here, you know, everything was a mess, this and that. I got the house back to normal, but I let my bedroom go, you know. I got a clean area all the way to my bed, and the bed's clean. Yeah, but the rest of it were her, you know, because we had to lock her cat into my bedroom because her bedroom is too small. So the cat stayed in my bedroom. We had the litter box in there and all that. She still got all that stuff in there. So during the day, because my bedroom's double the size of this one, the cat had to stay in there because I would not let her have the cat. You know, I bought it for Tracy, but, you know, if you saw those two together, you knew that cat's mom was Skylar. So when she moved out, I gave her the cat. I didn't want to take care of it, you know, that kind of stuff. But anyways, them two together are just amazing. Ouch. So what was I getting at? I forgot where I was going. Oh, that side of the room just stayed messy. Well, you know, today I got down there on my hands and knees and I cleaned out under the bed. I found like 80 cat toys. All kinds of stuff, bags of litter and all this different stuff that she had stashed there for the cat. And I put them all in a big pile and, you know, I threw a blanket over it so you don't even see it. And I've got my massage chair back. There's nothing on it. I use underneath the bed for my folded up sheets. I got this like little drawer thing you pull out. All my sheets are in there, put it back because I had to change sheets since I got the king size bed. All I had was a bunch of queens from over the years. So I had to buy like 4 sets of king size sheets. So now I got a little drawer I can put under the bed and there's no cat toys, no, you know, nothing like that. So you walk in my room and then, you know, I got it vacuumed. Oh, I pulled out the whole bed and cleaned under my headboard because that's where all the security camera wiring is. And, you know, I usually don't go under there. But things have fallen off the bed and down in there at times, you know. So I found a pair of glasses I've been missing forever, couldn't find. I found pens, all kinds of stuff. So James McNally says, what's Josh Sr. called? Josh Sr. Then there's Josh Jr., JJ. Maritz says, are we going to be able to rock them speakers? Are you talking about the living room? We really can't because Tracy's in there. And if you're talking about the basement, I mean, we could try, but, you know, I haven't cranked up that system in a while since Jerry lives down there, you know. And he goes to bed 11 o'clock. We can't really rock them, but I've got a couple of kick-ass Bluetooth speakers, JBLs, and they rock. We can put them on the back deck. James says, cat's name that Josh owns? I have no idea. Skittles and Furball, I don't know. I'm guessing here. I have no idea. Bill Lynch says, no more swing in the bedroom. Well, Tracy's been down for a long time, and he just got in my way all the time. So I took it down and put it in the closet. I mean, it just one carabiner goes right back up, you know. Marissa says, we can just get Jerry super stoned and he won't even notice. Tracy or Gaggle says, I'm selling my whole stereo system. I don't use it. Oh my God, don't do that. There might be a day when you want to. I will play some more pool. I guess Skylar's been hanging out at the pool hall playing on 9-foot tables. And she came over here, I don't know if it was a week ago or 2 weeks ago. And she's like, I'm going to kick your ass in pool. And I'm like, wait a minute. Do I need my glasses on? Or are we putting money on this? Or can I just shoot without my glasses? She goes, shoot without your glasses. I'm like, okay. So I played her and whooped her ass. I was 4 balls ahead of her. And I go to shoot on the 8. And I'm like, this is a scratch shot. I got to hit it light to where it hits the 8 in, but this ball don't go in the you know. And man, I hit it ever so lightly. The 8 goes in, and I look over, and there's that cue ball. Just slowly moving. I'm like, stop, stop, stop. It gets to the end, it sits there for a second, and then falls in. Son of a bitch. She goes, I told you I'd beat you. Like, that ain't real. No, you can't. No, you didn't beat me. I beat myself. Oh. So Anna says, hey, Rich, are you going to play against Steve this time? Yes, but I'm going to wear my glasses. Yes, because he proved himself to be worthy last time. He beat everybody there. Mama Dean says, I'm good, Gracie. I don't like this cold weather. You know, no one likes this cold weather. I hear some idiot every once in a while, man, I can't wait till it gets cold and I can go skiing. And, you know, screw you. It gets cold, it stays cold for like 7 months. I mean, or probably about 13 months it stays cold. That's what it feels like anyway. You know, summer comes here and you're like, yes, it's summertime. Summer's gone. It's fall. The leaves are falling off the tree. You're like, damn it, winter's coming again. And winter stays forever. You know, it was crazy. It stays forever. I know it's only, you know, supposed to be 3 months, but it's like 5 months of cold weather. You know, it's ouch. Ouch. And not to mention, when you're older, your bones creak, your legs hurt, your knees hurt, your back hurts more in the cold. And then, you get you're walking around barefoot, even in the house. The floor is cold, so your feet feel so cold, you have to be wrapped up in a blanket, and you could be hot, and your feet are still ice cold to the bone, you know?
Sue Ann asked if I seen the Bashir question. Yeah, but I don't know how to interrupt him while he's doing the Tracy update and stuff. It's
Yeah.
Will Star's been trying to get you to talk about whether you're going to be open for the OCA or not.
Of course, we're going to be open for the OCA.
Well, whether I don't know. You know, so I've just been.
Well, Tracy update's over. You can always just reach your foot out and tap me on my foot. You know, don't kick me and hurt me.
That don't do no good, brother.
No, it does. It really does. It lets me know that you're wanting to say something. You know.
Okay.
I can tie things up, or I can just keep on going. You know what I'm saying?
And the Beecher question, if that size difference, I wouldn't put them together. Talking about an 8-inch and a 4-inch.
Oh yeah.
That's touchy.
That's touchy right there. That's close. You could get away with it.
Somebody said
I wouldn't recommend it.
Like Suan said, to feed the bigger one real good and then put the other one in.
Oh, the bigger one would eat it.
Yeah, well, what if you feed him real good first? Eventually, he's going to probably consider it food.
Yeah.
Depends
Feed the smaller one 3 times a day. Feed the bigger one every other day. And he'll get up within 2 inches of him. Then you can put them together.
Oh, they grow fast if you force feed them. Well, force feed. Power feed them.
You know what? Brittany says, slap a sweater on me and call me the Grinch because I selfishly love the cold. I don't even wear a jacket till it's in its 20s. Tell you what, Brittany, you're like most women I run across. They love the cold because it's snuggling weather.
Oh, no.
You know? They want to snuggle up into you. Well, here's my problem.
I got nobody to snuggle. I'm cold all the time.
Oh, you had DIY Joey? Ow, ow, ow.
Stab him again. Please.
Ouch.
He keeps doing it to himself.
Oh.
He's threatening me with ghosts.
I'm not the one that went down there while you're sleeping and taking pictures of you, you know?
No, Joey was.
Yeah. So anyways, yeah, women love that a lot, but my problem was Tracy, she was like always cold. She was a freeze baby. So, you know, I'd come to bed and, you know, she'd be laying there in a fetal position because she got narcolepsy. She went to bed at like 6, 7 o'clock. I come to bed at like 11. And as soon as I pull into bed, she somehow turns over and she's got her feet on my legs or my butt or something. They're ice cold. She's been in bed for like 6 hours. How are you cold? You know? Hamels Mike says, oh, beefcake, calm down. I love it. I love it. He who shall not be named is a weirdo. See, you all get it. As he says, all women are cold. But they're cold-hearted, too. What would make you think putting your frozen-ass toes against my back of my legs or my butt or something is even on the table? You know? What the hell?
Ribs, everybody.
My husband hates it, though. He has the circulation of a lemon and is always cold. No way, not AJ. He's a man's man. Oh, shit, it just jumped a bunch on me. Jerry, you're too skinny to keep anybody warm. Oh, from Bob the Piercer.
Yeah, he's always got some crack.
To Bob the Beefcake.
There's your Bob the Beefcake. Beefcake Bob.
I'll let you take this one. Wade Morgan says, how did you and Jerry meet?
I tried bitching on Friday Night Live about not having any help and volunteered to move in.
Man, you just take a whole story and narrate it down to less than a Reader's Digest version. I was on a live stream and I'm like, I can't do this. I'm watching Tracy. I'm taking care of the rescue. I'm feeding the fish. I'm doing projects. I'm cleaning the house. I was running myself ragged, and this was back when I was watching Tracy 24/7. I didn't have nurses at the time, so I'm like, anybody, all my kids moved out. I've got 3 bedrooms open. Anybody that wants free rent, please move in here and take care of the house, or take care of feeding the fish, or something. Take something off my lap. I can't keep going like this. It was 7 months I did it, and Jerry started talking to me, and then he told me it was like, what was it, 112 years old or something. I'm like, oh man. This old man ain't going to be able to do the work around here. And, I didn't talk to him back. I didn't hear from him for like 3 months. And then I was on the live stream one night, and somebody came to the door. I got the ring doorbell. There's somebody at the door. And I made everybody wait. And I think, I forget who I was with, but I went out there and answered the door. And he's like, I open the door and I see this guy. And, he's like, I don't know, 5'1". How tall are you?
5'11".
5'11"? Yeah, back in
if
the
I
day.
stand up straight.
Right.
Okay, man, I don't
Okay.
know.
Okay. So
I
anyways,
haven't measured it in a long time.
I see this little guy looking at me, and he goes, "Hey, I'm here."
Can't
I'm
see
like,
nothing.
my first words to him was, "Who the hell are you?" That's what I said. And he's like, "I'm here to move in. Remember we talked on the phone?" I'm like, "No." He goes, "Yeah, you said this, you said that." I'm like, "Oh my God, you're that old man I talked to a long time ago." He goes, "Yeah." I'm like, "I never told you to come here," and blah, blah, blah. And he goes, "Well, I'm here." I'm like, "Look, I've got the live stream to deal with. You come in, sit down. Let me go finish the live stream and we'll talk." And he's never left since.
He did invite me, and I showed him.
Hey, he takes care of feeding the fish. He takes care of changing waters. He's a hell of a man. He fits right in here very well. At first, because he's a little bit grumpy. We kind of had a little tiff here, a little tiff there. And I didn't know it was going to work out, but you know what? Time has told. He's been here 3 years.
The next morning, I'm putting away some fish in the freezer, and Reaper steps around the corner, and he's got his phone up in front of him like this, as usual. And he says, "And this elderly gentleman volunteered to help today. How long are you here for?" And I said, "Till Rich throws me out." And Reaper's down there with his mouth hanging open. You've ever seen Reaper with nothing to say?
No. And then Jerry hits him with, "This is my retirement plan."
My son got a kick out of that when I asked him what he thought of my retirement plan. Said he was proud of me.
He also told me, he's like, "Thanks for giving Dad
That was the other
purpose in
son,
life."
Brian.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
the other son? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he loved that you had a purpose now. And
He walked right up to Rich and thanked him for giving me purpose. Believe that?
I didn't give him purpose. I let him come in here, and all of a sudden he had purpose because he can help, and he has lots of knowledge, and he worked. It worked.
Or you way back.
Yeah. Oh, damn it, it just jumped ahead again. Bob the Pierce says, "Love you guys. You guys are the best."
It ain't a matter of getting old, people. It's a matter of mileage, and I'm high mileage.
Me too.
Actually, I feel pretty good right now. One of the jokes here the last few days has been, of all the three amigos, the over the hill rescue crew, I'm in the best shape.
Me and Reaper both got broken ribs and we can't move, and he's got the sciatica acting up, and he can't walk right, and he's all sore, and he can't even go on rescues, and and I'm over here. I broke the same rib twice in a week, and I pulled muscle in my back, and I'm just like, oh. And Jerry walks past us and goes on about his work. Like, damn it. He's 170 years old. How is he doing this? Let me get back up. Lorenz says Jerry shortcake. I'm 6'2". Me too, Lorenz. Well, Vasquez family's here. Welcome.
Honest, nobody. It's I'm the smallest one in the family.
Oh, he ain't lying. His kids came here and they were like 2.5 foot taller than him. They're like this. Ow, ow, stand up. Ow. Oh my rib. They're like, what's up, Pops? Put his arm around his shoulder.
I
told you guys about this last week. I don't know if I showed it.
Yeah, you did.
I did? Okay. This is what the Vasquez family sent me. Now this, what I needed was about this size around, but what I wanted was I got a 2-inch hose I can siphon out of the outside back pond, Tracy Pond. So if I used PVC, it would have, I couldn't tell when I stuck it in the gravel where how much dirt's coming through, and then the water gets clear and then you move to the next spot. So Vasquez family sent me this, and I'm going to put like a 2-foot PVC piece onto this side, or maybe only a foot, and have this down a little lower. So I can see that when the dirt stops, I can move to the next spot, and that's what I needed. But they sent me this hunket thing that's, this is 10 pounds, I just needed a real thin little piece, and they sent me this piece, and although it'll work, it's heavy. I mean, I don't think I could break this with a hammer.
If this thing was about 2 foot across, to make a nice round tank.
That'd make a nice small little tank.
That's heavy enough. I wonder what they use this for. It's laboratory grade.
It's nice.
Very interesting.
I'm gonna make me a pond gravel cleaner with it.
Yeah.
Period. So I can clean that gravel out because,
you have to put a lever handle on the other side so you can go ka-choom, ka-choom, ka-choom.
When we empty the pond and we clean the big huge rocks, we don't clean the gravel at that point because of bacteria and stuff reasons.
Oh, well, yes.
So now I don't have to clean the rocks. I'll clean the gravel that year and get all that sediment out, and then it won't be in our filtration, and maybe it can clear up.
Oh, it'll clear up for a while, as long as the coil will let it.
Camel's Bike says, he is your brother, Rich. No, he's like my weird uncle. I'm sorry, Jerry. Everyone's got that weird uncle, right? But, he's the weird uncle that people sit around a fire and just listen to him tell stories all night, Reptiles Forever says, Jerry was sent by an angel. You know what? I needed help, and God sent me Jerry. Jerry is an asset to OFR. Mama Dean says, absolutely. Oh. Princess Dreamland says, that's awesome. Jerry's a huge helper. You're very lucky. Well, when I said he feeds the fish and then he does the water changes, I didn't mention he floods the fish room daily.
The other day we're talking about turning the lights on the fish tanks. And he says, well, we have a Jerry around here for that. Don't you have a Jerry? And I said, yeah.
Everyone needs a Jerry.
Sometimes too much.
James McNally says, well, when you guys tying the knot? Come on now.
No, that's unnecessary.
Jerry is good shit, and so are you, Rich. That's why you two are best friends, whether you like it or not. I don't even like this old bitch. When did he come to be my best friend? I thought that was Reaper. Oh. Now, you came here. You proved me wrong because I saw a feeble old man that couldn't do shit, and you came in and took over everything I was doing out in the fish room and let me take care of Tracy. And it gave me a much needed relief and help. And, you've been doing it since.
It's been entertaining.
I used to come out there and Jerry's sitting on the back deck all the time. I'm like, what the hell?
Wait.
But wait, I'm sleeping from, 7:30 in the morning till, noon, or 8 till noon. And he's just constantly working that whole time. Water changes. Oh, this tank needs it. I don't even know what tank needs a water change right now. Jerry knows it all, and he's doing all this. So when I wake up and I go out there and he's sitting on the back deck, I'm thinking, man, the slacker just sits around all the time. You know, it took me a while to figure
I
out.
hear about it too.
He gets up at 7 a.m. and works all day. And even after that, he gets to sit back and relax and enjoy. But he's still up. My alarm went off. I'm doing a water change, and he goes back in there.
Him and the community service are in there moving the plants around. I'm going, nah. I would if I could, but I can't, so I won't. And I'm starting to enjoy saying that.
Well, I thought I could help the community service guy, and I ended up breaking a rib.
Yeah, well.
Summer Light drinking word is ribs.
Good, everybody. And yes, it's a vape. No, I don't drink. I do enjoy my
You haven't
herb,
drank for like 40 years, huh?
but I don't. Yeah, it's been 43 years.
43?
Yeah,
That's a long time.
but I don't usually vape. I vape when I'm in here because of Tracy and stuff, and the smoke bothers Rich anyway. But I much
Don't
prefer
bother me.
my
I just don't like the smell because
if then it bothers you. It's
I
your
guess.
house,
But I grew up, and my mother was a chain smoker, and our grandmother moved in with us, and I'd wake up for school, and my mother and my grandmother were sitting at a table with an ashtray between them and a pile of butts, and the whole house smelled.
That'd be nauseous as hell.
Oh, it was gross. And then I'm eating my Captain Crunch or my Cheerios or whatever, and everything that I ate tasted like cigarette smoke.
Yeah. They use wet ashtrays for what do they call it, aversion therapy, to make you stop smoking.
Well, that'll do it because I hate that
boy,
smell.
I mean, there's many that are worse.
So I grew up.
I mean, cleaning out the bottom of an F6 that's been sitting for a year is not as bad as a damn coffee can with about a half-inch of water in it full of cigarette butts.
Yeah.
I mean, that is the worst.
I've never. It grossed me out so much, and then they were also coffee drinkers. So the smell of cigarettes and coffee together made me want to vomit all the time, and it went on for years. Our whole house, they drive in a car. Winter times, the windows closed. They're both smoking. It was horrible. I hated it.
Well, I grew up with that too.
It sucked ass. So
I enjoy my cigars, and I don't function without the coffee.
Everybody says, "Oh, I tried a cigarette here. I tried this or that." I've never tried. I've never wanted to. I've never even cleaned up. If there's cigarettes on the table, I'll get somebody else to clean up. I won't touch them. They're disgusting to me.
There's a lot of times I would rather not smoke. It gets in the way. It didn't used to because I'd be able to smoke while I'm doing something.
All right, Hensley says, Rich, what do you think about those glowfish? All right, I don't think they should be in the hobby, this and that. Too many people mess with too many, genes and all this. And then if you're actually injecting, stuff into a fish, that's cruel and all that. But we're a rescue. We never say no to any fish. And they come in and little Laura likes them, we're going to set her up a glow tank. Any glowfish comes in goes to a Laura, And, every fish deserves a life no matter what. We get these, like that brokeback arowana was here for 5 years. He came in and he looked like death warmed over, He had a V right in the middle of his back. Here's his face. Here's his tail. And he deserved, a good life for the rest of his life. And he lived out, 5 years here and nobody picked on him and he did good. He died, pretty much of old age. And he was, like 30 inches long if you follow his V down and then up to his tail. So, I mean, he was old. But, what am I going to say? No, because he's deformed. I'm only, taking in, great looking fish. No, we're a rescue. We take in everything. And we take on the responsibility of taking care of the deformed fish or the fish that's, got no tentacles or no fins or whatever, and we trying our best to save them.
Oh, my favorite is that half a pleco. We actually found it a good home.
Yeah.
He was all the way up to his anus, man, was gone. He was in a tank with some turtles. I didn't honestly think we were going to bet. He healed up.
I didn't think he was going
He
to make
didn't
it.
have a tail, nothing. Gone. Everything from his ass back.
Oh,
Him and Quasimodo, that albino giant gourmet that had his face missing.
oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's whole. It could eat. It just kind of had to inhale. It didn't have lips, nothing. His nose, everything was gone. No jaw. It just kind of inhaled food.
Ross Dingle says Jerry keeps the floor clean at least. All that spills out.
Yeah. I joked around before about that. That's my responsibility around here. Give them something to edit and keep the floor wet. Oh, you start talking with ribs, baby back ribs. Who's talking about?
Yeah, I'll get
You
to
were
it.
going back or going
Oh, yeah,
forward?
okay. Now I was going back. Now I caught up where I just jumped from. Tyler says Jerry knows his shit. You got to give him that, and he doesn't flood the fish room as much as he used to. This is true. You know, he's half as good as he used to be at flooding the fish room.
Well, I don't have to compete with the dog bone and the 3000 anymore.
Right. Andy Davies says, Jerry, you are amazing for what you do for Rich.
Thank you. I just do it because I like it. Hey, I'm retired. I don't do anything out there that I call work, and they don't ask me to.
He don't do
anything.
shit for Rich. He does shit for the rescue. Yeah, I could be Tom or Mike or Jerry. It don't matter. He'd still do the same for that person that owned the rescue.
It's, I'm out there for the fish. I do enjoy doing the tours. I didn't really think I would, but
You guys remember I told you he loves talking, so he gets to talk up a storm during the tours, and then he's much easier on me because before I'd be like, "Hey Jerry, how you doing?" Well, this one time in 1969, I'm like, "Oh God, here we go."
not that bad.
He was telling stories left and right, and I'm actually walking away from him. I'm doing this. I have to go back in the house, right? So I'm like, yeah, okay. And I'm walking away, and he's still talking. I open up the door to the thing, and he's still talking. I'm like, Jerry, I can't go in. And I close the door. I swear to God, as I was walking around the pool, I still heard him out there talking. So he loves to talk. So tours and him work out great together. He gets to gab and gab and gab and hang out with people and new people all the time. I swear it makes him happy.
It's not so much a matter of liking to talk. I like being a teacher. I like the interest. I like when people learn something. I'm learning something.
Wow.
Read some of the weed comments. I read a lot of the weed comments, but this isn't the weed channel. It's not what we're here for. It's just my choice of poison for the moment.
There's a bunch of side conversations going on here.
Heads removed, whatever. We got 249 pound.
Need some sleep. Hope to see you guys soon again. Thanks for hanging out with us, Henzy.
Yeah. Probably already sleeping by now. Missed him for a while.
Little demon, stop it. I mean, that's some bullshit right there. That was worded a bit disrespectful towards Jerry. No, we make fun of each other. We rag on each other. It's our thing,
Oh, no,
I'm not being disrespectful at Jerry at all. So don't turn it into something that it's not. If I didn't like Jerry, I wouldn't be making fun of Jerry. I'd have him, move. I guess. He's my dude. He makes fun of me too. Oh, no, Lynch says, us again, 120 gallon tank. How much peroxide for beneficial bacteria?
Sorry, I missed that one.
Yeah. Well, there's two different types of peroxide. Do you want to kill algae? Do you want to just, kill some bacteria, this and that? You know, I forget what it was. Was it 1 cup per 100 gallons? So like on the small tanks, I think it was a teaspoon per gallon of peroxide, or a teaspoon for 5 gallons for just, to kill off the bad bacteria.
I wouldn't go over a teaspoon for 5 gallons.
Right. But I had to on the blackbeard algae. Oh, that's what he's saying, not beneficial bacteria.
Yeah.
Blackbeard algae. I went in thick with the peroxide, but I had to up the oxygen.
Well, I would take, it depends on what the blackbeard algae is on.
Here's what I do. Being a survivor of blackbeard algae, and now we have a tank that's flourishing with no blackbeard algae. We basically took all the live plants out. We cut off every leaf that had the blackbeard algae growing on it, because there's a bunch of new leaves growing up that didn't have any on it. We took out the wood. We scrubbed it. We put it in a bleach thing, and we took out the rocks and any decorations we had, bleached it overnight. And then we did like a 75% water change on the empty tank with the fish. And then we cleaned all the gravel. And now the tank's back up to normal. It looks good. We can start putting the stuff back in. We rinsed off everything that came out of the bleach and reinstalled it. The plants we had in a tub, and we did not have, we didn't put that in the bleach or nothing. We just cut off every leaf that was covered in blackbeard algae. And then we replanted all these plants everywhere. Yes, it did not look as good as it did before, but it looked like a newer tank with a bunch of fresh planted plants. And you know what? 3 months later, it looks fantastic up there. That 150 gallon?
It needs some help, but it's good.
It looks great compared to what it was.
Considering that was a year and a half ago that we did it. And there's a little bit growing back, but you kind of expect that. There's always areas you can't get it.
Brittany says a capful per gallon is AZ. Well, a capful is sort of comes out to be a teaspoon,
Yeah, that's
that's per gallon. So they're five teaspoons per 5 gallons.
Yeah.
10 per 10, that kind of thing.
Something like that, you want to err on the side of
caution. Put some extra oxygen in there and go for, if you want to do a capful per gallon, that's great. Try and see if it does something to you, because it's going to kill the algae. But it does it by, lack of oxygen. So, make sure you got extra oxygen in there for your fish. Or take the fish out and put in a cup per every 5 gallons. And the plants won't die right away, but it will kill the blackbeard algae, There's many different ways you can go about it. J-Rod says, I'm just saying that this is my using aeration for the fish pond, and I'm just wondering how long does it last, and is it good for the winter? Okay.
Continuation of the blackbeard algae?
Not yet. Okay, so this whole pond question, here's the thing. The whole purpose of any unit, whether it's a heater, whether it's aeration, whether it's a waterfall, is to make sure that your pond does not freeze over wall to wall, because then all the detritus and everything in the bottom is going to let off gases, and it's going to be trapped under the ice, and your fish will die. So the purpose of any one of these items, no matter which way you choose, is to keep a spot open on the ice for the winter. Now, air bubbles work like this. You got your aerator at the very bottom, which is touching the ground, which is 55 degrees, 2 foot down, whatever. I don't care if it's 20 degrees outside. So you're taking water off the bottom of the ground and you're raising it with bubbles, and it comes up and it bumps up here, and it keeps doing this. And now you've got a spot around the ice that is formed, because everything else is 20 degrees, but you're bringing up warm water from the bottom of your pond. Even if it's only 2 foot deep, you're bringing up warm water from the bottom of your pond. So no ice seals there. That will help dissipate the gases. That's how this works. If you have a heater, pond heater, or like a cattle heater for their water, you throw it in there, you plug it in, and now it keeps a 2-foot round bubble non-frozen all winter long, and the gases can escape. If you have a waterfall, you got water coming in to your overflow, and around that, because of moving water, it will not freeze. And then where your waterfall's coming out will not freeze. So you've got 2 spots where you can release the gases. The harmful part is the gases. Whichever way you want to go, waterfall, air bubbler, or heater, you can't have like a glass heater at the bottom. It's still going to freeze, and it'll freeze the whole top. You need one of those floating heaters, or you need an air bubbler, or you need waterfall running all winter long. And your fish, my front pond has been running with just a waterfall for the last 4 years, and everything lives in it. And it's only 2 feet deep. Pop Taylor says, doesn't the ice in a pond keep fishes warm? Absolutely not. It kills fish. Greg Wooden says, I get around to doing that to my tank, changing the Blackbeard. Do I keep the fish in a tank or do I put them in a bucket? Will it cause another cycle? Okay. The best thing, and it's hard to do, but I would take the fish out, put them in another tank. An up and running tank that has a filter you just took off of a good running tank, so it's got bacteria, and leave them in there. And I would bleach the entire damn tank and start over. That's my opinion. It's easy. But you want to keep the beneficial bacteria going, which has the Blackbeard algae growing inside of it. So no matter how clean you get the tank and you do all this stuff and you preserve the plants and you've got it filled back up, you turn that filter back on with the beneficial bacteria, you have algae spores coming out and you could re-get it, So, I mean, it's a give and take type thing.
If the conditions are there for it to grow, it will.
Mm-hmm.
You can't get the spores can actually be airborne, just like green algae. They're that small, and they're, it's a gift from one of the Griff Lakes, I believe.
Bob Taylor says ribs for our pleasure. Here you go. That was I like that. All right. It's almost 7:30, so we got a half hour left. Any of you guys got any real technical questions, or do we go off on a tangent and talk about music, movies, anything else? Motorcycles, hot rods? What do you guys want to do? Camel's wife. Ribs. There you go. Ow. Damn. I can't wait for this rib to heal up. I'm so tired of pumpkin rolls. Brittany, I haven't made them in years. She deserves a pumpkin roll. Because you know what I did? I took my pumpkin rolls, and everybody has them, right? Everybody has pumpkin rolls. But they're so dark orange. You know why? They put the cumin in there. They put the I forget the other thing. And it just tastes so pumpkin-y, right? I lighten that up so much on my recipe, which I will send you, Brittany. You need this recipe. It lights it up to where it's a very light cake with a very light taste of pumpkin to it, right? And then I doubled up the sauce in the center, the cream. So now every pumpkin roll is double thick. And you basically get out of a 13 by 9 sheet that's a 1/4 inch thick, and I only cook it for 11 minutes. So it's really soft. There's no hard, crusty corners or nothing like that. When you roll this up with double that cream inside, basically you look on the end and here's the middle, there's the end. I mean, it's all cream, and that cream is so good with the powdered sugar, the butter. I mean, oh my God, it's so good. So why not double it up? If something tastes good, double it up. It tastes better, And that was my theory on making it. So I have my pumpkin roll recipe and exact step-by-step instructions how to make 4 at a time. I'm gonna send that to you, Brittany. I've never done that to anybody else.
Okay, Lorenz. ask what can you do so the black-bearded algae doesn't start growing in your tank?
You can't do nothing. You can
Yeah,
get
you can.
well, you can get Chinese algae eaters.
No, the algae eaters.
No,
They
no,
don't
no,
do
no.
nothing.
They do. They do. Certain ones are
Not
yes.
the black-bearded algae.
I'm telling you, them Chinese algae eaters. We got 2 of them in there, and that's all they feasted on was the black-beard algae.
It's after the fact. He's talking about what can you do beforehand. Control the phosphates, keep the phosphates down, and keep your pH below 7. I don't suggest playing with
See
the
how
pH,
cranky he is?
but black-bearded algae does not like anything below 7. It really gets, it keeps it away.
Brittany says, going to need it, Big Rich.
The black-bearded algae has to embed itself in the slime coat to attach itself to a surface. Nothing eats black-bearded algae, but animals that eat the slime coat get the black-bearded algae off of there, and the black-bearded algae can't attach. So the more little mouths you have feeding on the slime coat, the less chance the black-bearded algae has to establish itself.
I concur. Okay. Mandy Davis says, what is your favorite food Thanksgiving? Who does the cooking, Rich? It was always me doing the cooking. You know, I've got a server out there with 12 trays or something, a heated server. And we would always invite everybody over here that, if you don't have a place to go this Thanksgiving, show up here. We'll feed you, But after Tracy went down, I did it for 2 years. She's been down 5 now. I did it for 2 years, and people just showed up, ate, and left. I'm cooking for 2.5 days beforehand, and then I'm cleaning dishes for, 3 days afterhand. I just stopped doing it. I stopped doing it. Ouch. So anyways, back to the pumpkin rolls. When you eat my pumpkin roll, it's in the freezer. You take it out, let it set for 15 minutes, and then you slice it. And I'm telling you, the outside of the inside, the cream area, the outside just melts in your mouth, and then there's still the cold part in the middle. Oh my God, it's so good. And then you get a little taste of the pumpkin Christmassy, thing, and it's not overpowering. The main star here is the cream center. That's the way I made my pumpkin rolls. And I'm telling you what, everybody loves them to death. And you know what? I'm going to have to, I've never given out that recipe, but I've tried it, for 20 years. I was trying to make it different. And every time it just got better and better and better. So I have to send this to Brittany. She deserves it. Contrast New York says the buffet trays you have look amazing. You know what's great about that? They're down here on a buffet server, and we got 12 compartments, and then there's the shelf that goes from the dining room to the kitchen above that. That's where all the pecan pies, the pumpkin pie, the apple pies, all the desserts, the cheesecake, everything went up there. So we had all the food down here and all that up here, and we had seating for 12 at the main table and then 3 at the small table.
He always leaves out the blackberry cob. How do you have a meal like that without any blackberry cob?
So I never compared my recipe to no. Other recipes like our biscuits and gravy, they're real comparable. But you never saw my recipe to the pumpkin rolls. No, I've never given that out.
Sounds like I'm going to be a test taster again. Yeah, that's going to be a good one.
For Thanksgiving, everybody send pumpkin rolls and your recipe.
Hey, I'd settle for a nice stack of pancakes right
now. Pancakes are cheap. I mean, if you want pancakes, I can, and they're not hard to chew through. For like $2, I can get you a big thing of pancakes, and it'll last you, 2 weeks. I can feed you for like 49 cents a meal. What's costing is the syrup.
I don't understand where you're coming from. I just said I'd settle for a nice stack of pancakes.
Well, no, I cook up steaks. I cook you a steak.
I like pancakes.
You can't eat the steak.
I can't chew the damn
I understand,
steak.
but it just hit me as a realization. You said you like pancakes.
Yeah.
I can feed you for 49 cents a meal.
Yeah.
That's easy. Pancakes are easy. Taylor says, "What time is Thanksgiving dinner? I'll come over and clean out a fish tank too." J Rod, this sounds a little. Oh, okay. J Rod said, "Thank you so much for answering my question. Cheers to you guys." Well, you're welcome. Oh, oh. All right, Summerly. Here's. I'm going to give out my secrets. Okay. I found maybe 2% of the people don't like my mashed potatoes, but everybody else did. I what I do is I clean off the potatoes with like a scouring pad. So I leave some potato skins in there. I leave some chunks in there. I don't make them minced, and I don't, make sure all the stuff's gone. I like my potatoes a little hearty, like a bite. You bite into the potatoes. It's mashed potatoes, and there's chunks in there. I like that. But I also use um uh what's that stuff in the soap? Philadelphia cream cheese. I use a pack of that. I use real butter, a whole stick, and then I don't add milk. What I add is condensed. What's that called? Condensed something milk.
Condensed milk.
What's the other one? Sweetened condensed milk. I use that instead of milk because milk makes it really too thin, and you just bite right through it. And it's like nothing in your mouth. But the sweetened condensed milk is thick and creamy, and you get this like sweetened potato covered in butter with a little bit of cream cheese. Oh my god! You put some cheese on top of that and melt it. Your potatoes are amazing. Or you cook it with good pork butt, and your meat and potatoes with the gravy for the pork butt are amazing. And they're stiff and hard. You feel like you're eating a meal, a rib sticking meal. That's my potatoes. But Josh loved them until he met Brittany. And Brittany makes them differently when she uses milk and all this. But he no longer likes mine. He likes hers better, which is okay. People's tastes change over the thing. But he's one of the 2% that don't like it.
I like just about any good spice cake, all the way from applesauce. Squash.
We're talking mashed potatoes. And you come in with spice cake?
Well, you was talking about your pumpkin stuff.
Oh, that was
Still
before,
talking
yeah.
About pumpkin stuff.
Gotcha. Not evaporated milk, sweetened condensed milk. It's a lot thicker. And I don't know.
We already have one outstanding IOU for a meal.
Bob Taylor, heavy whipping cream for the win? No, not on mashed potatoes. But I will tell you this. You guys get the ready whip, you spray it on your stuff. It's okay. You get, whatever. I'm going to teach you something right now that will, your kids, your grandkids will love you forever. Okay. Take heavy whipping cream, right? Like say, I don't know, 1 cup. And you put in 1.5 cups of powdered sugar and 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And all you do is put your blender in it and you go around the bowl. And it comes up and it will blend until it stiff peaks. And it will be the best whipped cream you've ever in your life had. It is so good. It is so good. Heavy whipping cream. 1 cup of heavy whipping cream, 1.5 cups of powdered sugar, and 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Oh my God, you will love this. You won't be able to stop eating it. It's so good. It's so good. I'm not saying it's healthy for you, but it's so good. You'll never buy store-bought whipped cream again because you can make it with your own blender for less than $5. You've got a huge vat of it. Summer Lee says, I don't know about the sweetened condensed milk. Try it and serve it to your kids. Try it. Sue Ann said 2 things that are true. Rich is always over my shoulder when I cook. Not necessarily true, but I'm watching. Yeah, shush. I'm watching for sure. I'm not standing over her shoulder, but she always makes Jerry's plate full. Yes, she does.
What was the other thing she said?
Those are 2 things. Rich is always on my shoulders, and Jerry's what I fill Jerry's plate.
Oh, okay.
I just said I'm not over his shoulders, but I do definitely watch. I watch anybody that's a good cook. I want to learn things. That's the point. That was like Skylar's problem. She thinks she's the best at everything. But you know what? You're not smart unless you think you're pretty good. But hey, people say they're a good cook. I want to watch them. Maybe I can learn something, right? Oh, I'm a great mechanic. Let me watch this guy because he's putting out, hot rods. Let me watch him. He'll teach me something, anything. You always should learn. Always be able to learn.
You know what it means to know what you're doing?
Is you're not done learning what you're doing?
No, it means is now you can fix your own screw ups.
Okay.
It doesn't mean you stop screwing up. It just means now you can fix them.
Oh, Sue Ann goes, I filled Jerry's plate, of course, after Rich's plate, of course. I like that. Thank you. Brittany says, I don't doubt it. Did you ever do a blind taste test? Well, okay. Jerry don't like, sugary foods. Let's say you put a French toast on there. He would love the French toast with the syrup. But if I put powdered sugar on it, he's like, this is too much. So some people don't really like a lot of sweets.
I don't like the cinnamon.
I completely love sweetened food, So the potatoes were my favorite. And it was from my stepmom. She would never tell me how she made them taste so good. They're better than any potato I've ever tried. And it turned out it was sweetened condensed milk instead of milk. And Mama Dean says, I'm gaining weight just listening to all this. James McNally says, what happened to your arm, Big Rich, in a white elastoplast? You talking about this? When I fell that second time, I slid for about 2 foot on my elbow. So it took off a bunch of skin here, and there was a huge scab here. And in the shower, it didn't all come off. So I soaked my arm for like a half hour in scalding hot water, and I was able to rub it all off. And then the problem was, if I was laying in my bed, it would get blood on the sheet. So I had to cover it. So I got this new skin, it's called. It's a patch, and I can, bend my arm, and it stays on. So now I don't get no blood on my sheets, which would be yucky, Summer Lee says, I don't have kids. The taters are all mine. I love it. Princess Dreamland says, we use the sweetened condensed milk to make caramel. Isn't that the awesomest? It is so good. All you got to do is boil it for like, I don't know, a half hour, and it turns to caramel. It's the best tasting caramel, too. Oh. James McNally says, how is your dad, Big Rich? Well, he don't come up here ever since Tracy, went down. He don't want to see her. So I've only talked to him, every 3 months or so, and he seems to be doing fine. I haven't been out there because I can't leave, So he seems to be doing fine. Can't tell you anything else. Camel Bike says, sounds like we need to get Rich drunk the way he spills all of his cooking secrets. Howdy, Jim. No, truffles are not far north Ohio. We can't go out in the woods and find truffles.
ginseng, golden seal, but no truffles.
Lorenz, I want my baby back ribs. I'll drink to
I
that.
agree.
Lorenz says, I love Dutch apple pie. I think that's what he's trying to say. But D-U-T-C-J. Is it J close to an H? Yes, it's right next to the H. So, oh no. Yeah, it's right next to the H. So he just a typo. Deb Charge says, ribs. Oh, shit. All right, 7:41. We got 20 minutes left because I got people showing up at 8 o'clock for a tour. So I won't be able to stay late tonight, but I can answer all questions you guys come up with before that. Big Rich, what's your favorite show at the moment? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I started watching a little bit of something called Gen Z because I don't like the name. It didn't sound appealing to me, but it was a superhero type movie. And I'm like, wait a minute. They're talking about Homelander.
It's a zombie movie.
No. So they're talking about this guy, Homelander. I'm like, I heard about a show about that. So I looked up, I think it's called The Guys. And, it's 4 seasons of this show, and it shows these superhero guys. And you know what? They're superheroes you never heard of before. But the show is amazing. Here, I'll tell you exactly what the name is. Go off of here. Go over here. Desify. Okay. Skip. All right. The Boys. The show is called The Boys.
Yeah.
I can't stop watching it. I've gone through season 1 in like 2 days. And now every chance I get to be idle, I'm watching that. If I have to be here watching Tracy, I have my Tracy, thing next to
Brittany
me.
knew exactly what you were talking about.
Oh, did she? The Boys, yes. Oh my God, such a great show. I can't stop watching it. I am watching it. It's great.
Yeah, Cowboy. The Librarians is pretty good.
The Librarians is pretty good, but they don't match with The Boys. Oh my God. You gotta watch The Boys, everybody. Everybody, start watching season 1, and it will keep. And if you can't find it on your shows, I've got a program. It's called Dazify. Let me exit the app. Dazofy. Okay, Dazify Max. Look it up. You can watch all the newest shows out without going to the theater. It's like F2 movies, but F2 movies got boring. Dazify keeps track of your things, and when you go back in to start watching, it takes over where you left off. It's great. I just got done watching. Here, let me show you the things I was watching. Dazify. All right, it's loading. Okay, it's loaded. Skip. All right. Oh, I watched all of Tulsa King up to season 4, all of High Potential, all of I'm on The Boys now, all of Peacemaker. Oh my God, Peacemaker is my second best. I love Peacemaker. Go and watch that from the beginning. It's amazing. The first series was amazing. The second series is even better. It's amazing. You got to watch Peacemaker. So The Boys and Peacemaker are my picks. You all should get with. And if you can't find it on any of your programs and you're not ordering, whatever, go to Dazify. It's completely free. You have a few, ads you got to deal with and you got to skip things, but it's good.
Hey, for a good treat for Halloween, go watch Penny Dreadful.
Yeah.
It's a good one. Oh, somebody in Washington State loves apple pie. Is that surprising? Apple,
Bob Taylor says, what is your
nothing
dream?
but apples, practically.
Bob Taylor says, what is your dream performer at the Super Bowl? Well, it sure ain't Bad Bunny. But
Yeah.
hopefully it's going to be Kid Rock and a few other people. Mm-hmm. Kid Rock and Aerosmith, we're talking about it. Does Jerry look like he's getting taller? I've got him sitting on a 4-inch thick pad over here. This guy, he looked at me like, you asshole.
I'm trying to get you to laugh good enough to cause some pain.
Oh, you asshole. Camel's Bite says, my favorite show is Ohio Fish Rescue.
No,
Oh, thank you.
That's
awesome.
That's a lot of butter on the bread, my friend.
We love you.
Yeah,
We love you. The Umbrella Academy was okay. It was pretty good. I watched all of it. It was pretty good. Not like these two shows. Harley Jim says, what was going to say? He's sitting on a book.
No, it's the cushion out of the electric wheelchair. It's a good cushion, too.
Ted Nugent, All American, should play the Super Bowl. James Manali agrees, especially when Big Rich is on. Oh, thank you. You're amazing. Ow. Oh, shit. I'm old and creaky. I feel like Jerry. Ouch. You know what kills me is I had to clean my bedroom and my bathroom today, and I cleaned the shit out of it. And I couldn't bend over. So I had to get down on my hands and knees. And you know what hurt the most about that? Being on my knees on that hard ground hurt for some reason. And then trying to get up was just retarded. It
You
sucked.
keep bringing up things I do not want to visualize in my head.
Me cleaning? Why don't you
You
try it
down
sometime?
on your hands and knees on the bathroom floor.
Try it
Doing
sometime.
anything.
Yeah, the worst thing about an apple pie is when you get the apple pie out and your mouth's set for apple pie and you go to take a bite of it and the apples are still a little crunchy. You know, yuck. You want them just sloopy and just all that cinnamon and sugar and just, so good.
I don't have a bottom plate. I can't chew. That apple's got to be mush. Make an applesauce pie.
Brittany says, James, yes, we have soaps here in the USA. There was All My Children, One Life to Live, General Hospital. Them were the three main ones. Okay, Harley Jam says, visuals can be disturbing. I get it, Jerry. No, Jerry just visualizes I'd be downstairs cleaning his bathroom.
Oh, that I can vision.
Tyler says, okay, if you'd only watch one movie to watch forever, what would it be, Rich, Jerry, Fishy Family? Mine is Jaws or Throw Mama from the Train. Well, Throw Mama from the Train seems stupid to me, and I'm sorry, I'm not putting down your choices. Jaws was great, but I can't decide. I like surround sound, and I got my system set up, a 7-channel surround sound, 770 watts, 110 watts to each speaker, and then I've got 4 15s on this side and 4 15s on this side to a 2,000-watt amp. I like 3 movies. Jurassic Park, because every time that dinosaur moved, the whole living room shook. 2, Twister, the original.
That's cool.
Amazing. 3, the best of all, Armageddon. Oh my God, that was a great movie. So that's my top 3 movies. I can't decide which one's best.
The core is pretty good too.
Oh, the course. That's a B movie, Jerry.
It's still good.
Top of the B movie. You're leaving? It's 10 to 8. To get your 4 hours, you can stay till 8:30.
7:30.
Huh?
7:30 is 4 hours.
No, you got here at 3:30, 4:30, 5:30, 6:30. Oh, I stand corrected. Ow, 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 ouch, ow. Sign you out real quick. Thank you so much for watching her.
She's dry. She's sleeping.
Awesome.
Yeah, it sounds like he's asking
Thank you.
about
No problem, sir.
you want.
You take care. I've got her on my phone. I can pull her up right now.
Yeah. Have a
Thank
good
you.
weekend.
You too. Ouch.
You
Oh,
know,
Jerry, what do you got on the ground over there? I just tripped over.
Oh boy, that's going to turn into a landmine.
Why? Oh, that's what hit my skin and I tripped over. Yes, that was strong. It
Oh,
was
I'm gonna
heavy.
leave that setting all over.
Oh, let me get Tracy up
No,
on
it
this.
sounds like he's asking, well, if you got one movie you can watch forever.
You know,
It
you
sounds
can
like
watch
he's
over and
asking,
over.
what movie do you want to be tortured with?
No. Let me finish getting Tracy up here. All right, here we go. Up, Skylar message. Hold on. Pull up Tracy. I mean, I can hear her from here if her thing beeps, but I'd rather be able to see her too. There we go.
Yeah. All right, go get your Tracy monitor. Of course, we've only got 8 minutes.
Right. So no need to do that. I can pull her up with the phone.
Yeah. Make questions.
All right, here we go. There she is. All right, I got Tracy up.
That's his family says.
All right, Manny
yes.
Davis says Ohio Fish Rescue is my favorite to watch. Rich and Jerry are the best. Go ahead, Jerry.
What was that?
You were starting to talk. What'd you say?
Oh, I just comment. I just happened to see the Vasquez family say yes. Happy that you could use that thing.
That you can use it to trip me.
Yeah.
Look how much joy he got out of that. and you say, you know, I'm saying something bad about him. You know, look at how much joy he got out of tripping me. He loved it.
There's no extra charge around here for the entertainment.
And there's plenty of entertainment. Oh my God. You know, like that guy that paid me $50 to jump in the pool, and then right as I'm getting ready to jump, he pushes me in. I mean, that's entertainment, you know? I come out of the water like, what the fuck? But it's okay. I got $50. I'm fine.
Now, the entertainment was watching you try to get the money out of the bottom of the pond.
Yeah.
That was the entertainment.
I've got 10 minutes before my tour shows up. Have you shut off the lights already?
No, not yet.
Okay, good. Oh, this is them now. Hello. What's up? Okay. That's fine. I'm on the live stream, so I said that's fine. I'm going to have to let you go. That's fine. Okay. Gotta go. Bye bye. And we're here at 8:30.
Oh, one sitcom. That would be Taxi.
Taxi was awesome with Jim. I love
All
Jim
of
in
them.
there.
The whole length. If I had to watch, I mean, especially it ran for so long that, and the characters and the development. I mean, it was either that or Barney Miller.
Now Barney Miller was great,
It was funny.
and Fish was my favorite character on there. But you know, it's like here, you know, 50%, 60%. You know, there were other, you know,
Oh yeah.
things
but-
better. Yeah, a lot of people's favorite was MASH, and that was great. You know, Hawkeye was great. Everything was great in there. But Tracy hated it because she grew up with her dad watching it, and, you know, he would punish her by sitting there watching MASH. You're not allowed to go to your bedroom. You know, sit there. And she hated MASH so much. I'm like, how can you hate MASH? It's awesome.
Aversion therapy.
Yeah. Everyone's talking about tattoos. Who has an OFR tattoo? That's what I want to know.
Only one person who I know.
Ah,
I don't have any tattoo.
Home Improvement was great. Hey, Rich, any scary stories? Have I told you about how Jerry moved in here?
Oh. They're going to turn into a weekly.
Oh yeah, the pot brownies. Oh my god, that was amazing. Or WKRP in Cincinnati when they dropped the turkeys on Thanksgiving Day.
That's classic.
Oh my god, loved that. That was.
That's a one-off.
I'm sitting there like, can't believe what I'm hearing. I can't believe this is on TV. Holy shit, turkeys don't fly.
It was comedy writers' gold.
It was amazing.
You couldn't do that with a different cast of characters.
No.
You have to have that cast of characters in order for it to work. It's beautiful.
You got a thing here?
Oh, Brittany, $2 best show ever, Detroiters on Netflix.
Never heard of it.
Me either. Must be something personal.
Depth chart says, Rich, you pay for it, I'll get it. I don't know what you're talking about I should pay for. Let me know, because I was giving out a movie thing that you can watch. Brand new movies just came out. You know, like, here, let me show you what I just watched. You go back to Dazify. The new Tron movie I just watched. Played Dirty I just watched. I didn't go to the theaters. They're all in the theater. Tulsa King. Just watched all that.
I haven't watched anything new in over a year.
Gen V and High Potential. Just watched all them.
I have no idea what's even out there.
All the Peacemakers. Watch that. You can watch Smallville, the Flash series, Arrow, all them. Marvel Zombies, Henry Danger. I mean, there's a bunch of
I
stuff.
noticed Avatar's coming out with a third sequel, and I haven't even seen the second one yet.
Oh, it's on Dazify. The Water World.
Yeah, I know, but I can't get on that.
Yeah, you can.
No, I can't, because I can't get in there fast enough. It's all garbage.
You're thinking of F2 movies where you got to keep, getting rid of the ads. Dazify is new, and I use it. I don't even use F2 movies no more.
Well,
You need Dazify.
okay. So
And here, look.
time we got one more minute here.
Watch. When I go to Dazify,
Okay, we'll set it up after the live stream.
exactly. When I go to Dazify, here's one thing that pops up. Okay, see this right here? It says Alien Earth. You skip that, and now you're at Dazify. You can go to all these movies, all these shows. It's way less than F2 movies.
And they don't charge you nothing for it?
No.
Okay. I'll have to check it out after we get one. You can show me how to put it in. Or whatever. I don't know my phone. Jeez. Anyway, you got a tool.
Oh, yeah. Big Bang is amazing. I love that. How I Met Your Mother was okay. I watched the whole series. Couldn't stop it, but it's not as good as Big Bang Theory. I wish Big Bang Theory kept on going on. Love that show. All right, it's 8 o'clock, guys. We're out of here. Thanks for hanging out with us every Friday night. I look forward to hanging out with you guys. It's just amazing, It's just, thank you. Thank you for hanging out with me. I love it. And it's sad to end, but we got to go now. It's a matter of time. And just know that everybody here is in good hands. Me and Jerry are taking care of things. Josh is healing up things, and it'll just get easier as he gets better. And
Oh, Babylon 5. How can I forget Babylon 5? Okay, yeah, let's get out of this conversation before we start a new one. Stay fishing, my friends.
depth chart says ribs. We're out of here.
Travel well. My last rib shot here.
Okay, end stream. And go over to here.